Yeah, good morning. There was a beep 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 in my ear just as I was about to click, as I was about to start the show. What the heck was that? I wonder, maybe it's a low battery. I think I saw the audio on that speaker
DougBot
bot.
said I'm working here.
Oh, there it is. That's the test one. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. I have some email follow-ups today and some channel comments, but I don't think any of them are actually posing a question. So if you have a question about an issue that you're having with Windows, this is a great day to bring that out. And it also occurred to me, let's go do something here. If I'm gonna go to my channel, youtube.com forward slash LWTDB. That'll always get you to my channel page, Live Windows Training DougBetts. And I'm gonna go grab a link from Saturday's show. And this is specifically what I'm doing right now for people who are watching the live stream but don't have access to the chat room because you have to be an approved chat room user, something like that. What they call it, I think, live commentary is the setting. But I'm going to go put in a link right here in the description of today's video for Saturday's video. So if you're watching right now and you're unable to chat because you're not an approved commenter, I think is the word that you'll see on the screen, you can click on that link that's in the description now and put a comment on that video. Just say chat room or chat, or you don't have to type anything long. And before the end of the show today, probably maybe 10 or 15 minutes into the show, I'm going to try to remember to go approve those requests for the chat room because it's been a while since anyone new has come into the chat room. Would like to see you there. Okay, now I'm going to go find the email follow-ups that have come in. Sin Vicious on Saturday had sent an email about that notice that he was getting that seemed to be related to Gigabyte. He gave us a follow-up on that, and that would be here to tell us what he did, what he found. Yeah, I went to App Center and unclicked in settings, and then I found two apps upgrades. One was Viz, and the other was BIOS. So I restarted the computer, and I found out Viz was actually Norton 360. Ugh. LOL. So I went and uninstalled everything that was Norton. Did you use the Norton uninstaller tool? Because that does way more than just manually going around and try to find it. After that, I also uninstalled the App Center completely, which is from Gigabyte. Issue is gone now. Thanks for the advice. And people in chat on Saturday were saying, just uninstall all the Gigabyte stuff. You don't need any of it. And that they were actually offering an update, calling it Viz, kind of concealing what it actually is. And it was actually Norton 360. Ay, caramba. Ay, bendito. Let's see, that was his first email. And then, here, regarding the YouTube video that I showed on Saturday that was demonstrating how to. Oh, you know what I'm going to do here? Oh, what's going on? See my timer down in the bottom right corner? It's stuck. I was going to try to give him a time stamp. I'm going to do that anyway. I'll clone this countdown. This was working kind of funky. Make countdown 9. It should be counting up from there. Although I had to reconfigure the whole thing. Maybe there's some setting somewhere about allowing it to count up. Yeah, there it is. Keep counting up. Stop counting on 0 is their default. So now this is counting up because we're negative 324 seconds from the time that I requested. All right, got to click on that, then click on that. Then I can scooch it down. Scooch, that's a technical term. Oh well. Got to go from the upper right corner to really get it down to the size that I want it. Okay, so we'll call it 358 and reply to his email as 358. But I'll do that after I read through this. Jim, KJ3N says, did I not say nobody should be installing extraneous garbage? Yes, you did. Now, the key thing is, though, how to know what is extraneous and what is not. Since you know you're a system builder, you know that gigabyte is not needed, but there's other motherboards that you do have to have some of their software installed, right? Like I think the Intel updater, I think you install that, don't you? And yeah, whatever my motherboard is, it's got all kinds of extra software, and I didn't know what I need and what I don't need. So anyway, getting back to this, I'm gonna have to call this. Oh, that froze again. There it is.
Read chat, please.
420. Randy Azil saying need is such a strong word. Yeah, well, yeah, okay. You know what I meant. I know what you meant. How am I going to do this? 435. If I click reply to that, yeah, I can do that. 435. So this doesn't expose any email addresses. So I can show how I do this. Windows key V. Put in the link. Oops, nope, that was the link for the alternative trailer. Scroll down to the pinned copied items. 470. That'll be good timing. 470 will be my reply to him. So on Saturday, I was showing about his video showing how to grind out the plastic rivets for the motherboard in that Microsoft Surface laptop. And I gave him a response about what we came up with. Kerry Holzman found that parts only Microsoft Surface laptop that I actually ordered. And he says, I totally agree with you. That would be the path I would follow also. He's referring to the purchase of that parts only computer. If there is a risk of losing money, then give the option to the customer. Now, I did not do that. Reason I did not do that is because I know this customer very, very well. They've been a client of mine for over 20 years. I'm not sure how much over. Could be lotto over that. So, and even if they object to it, I wouldn't mind eating that amount of money for that client because of how much money I have earned from them over the decades. You will find that in most cases, the customer would prefer to go down the less invasive route. That would be not doing the grinding, especially if they value their device. What you do not want to do is be out of pocket if there is an issue. And I would agree with that for a client that is not as long-term and as what pretty much looks to me to what I recommend. And the problem there is it might fail. That computer might be bad. The keyboard might not work. There's no guarantee about that. But I'm willing to take that risk for that client. Good luck. Hope it goes well. I wanted to join, but I was stuck in meetings regarding timetabling. Most of his videos seem to be about a particular software used for web design in a maybe in a university environment. Most of his videos seems to be about uh, directed perhaps at his students in school. Not quite clear on that. Stuck in meetings regarding timetabling. I'd rather be welding 1,000 plastic rivets with a smiley face. So instead of being in those meetings, he'd rather be working on those rivets. Let me know how it goes. I will be happy to do that. We'll follow up with you. So then I'm going to go ahead and complete that reply. And just, it gets a reply, just it's a link to a point in a video. Those seem to be going over pretty well. Now let's see if I had any others in here. This one was a head scratcher for me. I got this email with a description of how to install, let's see, I'm going to go zoom down, how to install a add header. That's not showing me the whole, oh, how to install, oh, because this was on, I didn't understand what this was when I first saw it. This MLG add a header, and when I click on this, it takes me to a document in my Google Drive, which is called How to Install a New Windows 11 PC and Transfer Software from Your Old Windows 10 Computer. I have a video on my channel by that title. I think it's by that title. I couldn't understand what's going on here. Is this an AI from Google suggesting that I add a header to a 2-page document? A header is something that's going to appear at the top of the page, but typically not put on the first page, but just put on the subsequent pages to show what document it belongs to. Well, the second page of that document only has like a very short paragraph. Couldn't figure out what's going on. Then I realized, oh, this is somebody that has the Google account that has a profile icon of the white letter M in an orange circle, and their name is MLG. The name of their channel is MLG, and they were suggesting that I add a header. Well, curious, interesting, but no, not going to do that. But whoever did that, thank you, because that just showed me how that happens. I think during that video, I actually asked for somebody to do that, to try making a suggestion. I think I did that, but that's so long ago that I'd forgotten all about it. All right, let's go see Jim's comment. Let's see where. Oh, I don't think I've even popped out chat yet, have I? No, I have not. Jim's comment. I also did a live stream on transferring user data about a year ago. Now, I think what I did on that, that wasn't data, was it? Transfer software, not data. My video was about transferring software, programs to the new computer. Yes, there is a way to do it. It's kind of through the woods, over the bridge, across the stream. But yeah. Yeah, not just data. John Downey, Kerry had a great show on Saturday. He showed how to get to the Backup and Restore Windows 7 app. This app is included with Windows 11. It creates a backup of your drive like a Cronus. Funny thing is, after that, after I finished watching the replay of that show, I was in part of it for live, but not all of it. I did actually get to finish that whole show. Next, not long after that, I restarted the all-in-one computer that's out in the kitchen. And on the restart, it prompted me for making a backup. You know, one of those screens that Windows sometimes pops up, the suggestions. And it was offering to do a backup. And before I thought of it, I did not, I wish I would have clicked through that to see if it is the same thing as the Windows 7 app that is still around. So Windows key R, control panel, and I haven't even looked at this since seeing his demonstration. Backup and restore Windows 7 right here. Now that prompt that came up when I restarted the computer, I'm not totally convinced that was going to go into the same thing. Now that particular suggestion came to me, I believe, because in notification settings on that computer, when you scroll all the way down and get additional settings right here, by default, these 3 check marks are selected. I have on my checklist when I set up a computer, I remove those 3 because this is show the welcome experience after updates when signed in to show what's new and suggested. So I think this only happens if you're actually signed into a Microsoft account, but you get an update, and sometimes when you have that check mark, sometimes when you restart the computer to finish installing the update, you get some kind of a, well, Windows welcome experience, and it's asking you some other questions, and I don't like those. Well, on that computer out in the kitchen, after it got started, I went and checked, and yes, those 3 check marks were still there because that computer didn't go through my normal setup checklist. Suggest ways to get the most out of Windows and finish setting up this device, and get tips and suggestions when using Windows. Now, I'm thinking it might have been one of these 2 that was causing it to prompt me, ask me if I want to do a backup of the computer. And since that was only when you're signed into a Windows account, a Microsoft account, that's probably connected with, maybe it's an online backup. I don't know. I haven't pursued that. Yeah, we all know what Jim thinks about Microsoft suggestions. And obviously me too, because I turn them off. Although I do very, very much like having my computer signed in to my Microsoft account. Let's see, I have some channel comments to dispatch. Here's this thing again where this page just keeps fouling up. So in order to get around that, let's see, this is the one today. This is the one from Saturday. So from here, I could go to the YouTube studio and go to community, and this should appear. Yes. All right. So again, I'm holding on to those bottom 2. Tony Wallow says, thanks for the help. We gave him some ideas about dealing with the text message, annoying text messages he was getting for, the toll booth thing. And he says, thanks. Tony, I'm very curious. What did you do? Whoops, I got to give him, he doesn't always watch. So let's go give him a timestamp because I have a question. There. 1096. Okay, so Tony says, thank you for your help. On Saturday, we gave him some ideas of what to do about the text messages he receiving, trying to get him to touch a link on the text message to pay a toll fee, which he doesn't even drive. And he says, thank you for your help. Very much. I would like to know, Tony, what'd you do? Did you do anything, or are you just going to live with it? Did you find an app? And if so, which app? Please, we want more info, more. We're addicted. And then let's see. Okay, here. This was intriguing. Let's grab a link there. 1148. Reply, thumbs up, heart, Jebbait. Jailbait? No. J-E-B, Jebbait. 1669. At 2910, I swear it looked like you clicked on advanced. And exactly what happened, it looked like you clicked on advanced, but it refreshed the details page. Now, I think if I click on this time increment right here, I think it'll take me to that point in this video that he was responding to. Let's see. It opens a new tab. Yes, it did. That's cool. So now watch for my mouse here. Let's see. I will switch to the red dot. Oops. That didn't work. 2912, whatever. So watching up here, we're on the details tab right now. And then there's the other mouse, clicked on advanced, but notice the advanced tab didn't actually go active. It's still on the details tab. So when I clicked advanced, I think what he's saying, it just actually closed that details tab. Now I'm going back. I went back, we're at 2909. And so now we're gonna see me do that click again. The properties are open, and yeah, it didn't actually go to the advanced tab. So that was Intel Gigabit Desktop Adapter Properties. Gigabit CT. Was that on Big Beast? I don't know. Let's see if I can. That would be in Device Manager. Let's go see if I can reproduce that. Because then we're going to be interested, do other people who are watching right now have the same experience? Intel Gigabit, so that's a network adapter. Intel Ethernet connection. I don't actually, so that must have been a different computer. Wasn't Marvell. Now, if I go here, look at properties, and then go to details, then I had that open, and then I tried going to advanced. Yeah, if I click again on advanced, it goes there. Oh, that's interesting. So my intent, I know my intent during that video was actually to go to the advanced tab. That failed to happen. So I think what is happening is when you click anywhere else, it just closes this panel. It's not the advanced tab, I don't think. Now I'm going to demonstrate that the way I'm describing. If you click anywhere else, it just closes that list. So it wasn't that I was clicking on the advanced tab, it's that I was clicking anywhere else in this window. It still stayed on the details tab. If you want to get to the advanced tab, you've got to first close that properties list and then click on the advanced tab. Yeah, I did not realize that, did not notice it, so thanks for pointing it out. Got to close that window, then close on another tab. 1 in chat if you already knew about that. 0 in chat if you did not know that already. So thank you for bringing that to our attention, JebBait. Got thumbs up and heart. And I got the reply. You clicked on advance and it just collapsed. Oh, this was, okay, this was him also. Clicked on advance, it just collapsed. Yeah, so it's not because of clicking on advance, just clicking anywhere, you got to close that first. I see 2 people say they did not know that, and 1 person, Rand Israel, did know about that. And then, oh, next. Get a reply here, grab a timestamp for this point in the video, 14:15. Click reply, thumbs up and heart. How to fix the Microsoft keyboard not working from Solvan Aludine. Solvan. Yeah, I just like trying to figure out the names. Solvan Aludine. Solvan, T-H-A-N. Is it S-U-L as a separate word? T-H-A, Solvan Aludine. Aludine. Anyway, how to fix the Microsoft keyboard not working. This is back on Saturday's show. Yeah, that was. And so I'm not quite understanding your question here. How I'm reading between the lines. I'm thinking, are you saying that you have a Microsoft Surface laptop where the keyboard is not working? The fix would be the same identical thing that we came up with during that show. And that was to purchase a replacement parts only laptop through eBay so we can get the entire C panel. If you just order that keyboard like what I had, what I'm holding up here in this thumbnail with the scissors to it, That was a keyboard ordered off of Amazon. It's just not reasonable to replace it. The work is crazy. Catch you later, Jim. He's let us know he's going off to lunch. He's learned not to say he's out to lunch. Yeah, Sylvan. So you're asking a question here that I think was covered in the video. So I'm assuming that you did not find your answer in the video, or maybe you didn't watch all the way through it to find that part. But what we did was ordered a replacement parts only computer from eBay. And now that I'm going to be able to swap that C panel out during one of these half-hour shows. Since I already know the process, I can do it pretty quickly now. Is there something else in that question? I'm trying to imagine what else there might be there. How to fix if the Microsoft keyboard not working? Replace the keyboard. What other, is there anything else that could prevent the keyboard from working that could be fixed short of replacing the keyboard? It's not coming to my mind, but somebody might come up with something else in the chat room during the rest of this show. So yeah, you're welcome to reply with more to your question, or you can send a email to this email address that's on the screen right now. And maybe you can give me some screenshots or pictures or whatever more information if you actually have a question behind that, because I feel like there is a question there. Then here we've got another thank you to this, let's see, 1615 reply, thumbs up and heart. I have been just clicking thumbs up and heart to a lot of these without actually talking about them in the live stream. A lot of chippy. Thank you. The new standard Yahoo is awful. I thought I was stuck. So this is another person. That video just keeps producing comments almost every day or sometimes multiple days. Actually, here, yeah, there's another one from Jen Connors as well. So for both of you, we're here 6 days a week, myself and the people in the chat room, to respond to whatever issues people are having with their Windows computers. So you're welcome to come and make a comment on any of my videos, to ask a question, or send an email to this address. All right, then. Oh, and actually there was another follow-up to this video, but if people follow the instructions that were in that video, even though they have changed since then, they will still get to the standard Yahoo that they want without ever seeing the follow-up video. A link for the follow-up video is in the description of that video. Yep, see, here's another one. I'm just going to thumbs up and heart that one. Then in regards to how to upgrade Windows 10 Home to Windows 10 Pro, the Assassin, whoops, doggone it. Keep forgetting to do this, right? How do I remember sometimes and not remember something? That's a rhetorical question. Don't answer it. People in the chat room are going to have all kinds of responses to why I don't remember to do that right. The Assassin says, I want to say thank you. This actually solved my problem with doing this upgrade from Windows 10 Home to Windows 10 Pro. You are welcome. You can leave a comment on my videos anytime, and we will respond to whatever Windows issues that you may have and give you a link, just like we did here. Steve McCure wants to blame Stormy for that. That covers all the emails. That covers the video comment replies. So now I'm going to go try to make a quick run through. Oh, by the way, in Kerry's show yesterday, he told about his Tuesday show where he's going to have a guest. We've seen him have guests on his show before, but I say he's going to have a guest who has the name DougBetts. It's like, what?
Read chat, please.
There are many DougBettses around here. Let me show these. Let me show you this. Let me show you this. Let me show you this. Is it this one? Well, I'm just going to do a Google search here for Doug Betts. Yeah, see here's well, this is an old picture of me.
Read chat, please.
I haven't kept up this this physique. There's this one, Doug Betts, and oh, that one's me. And where's the other one? There's an automotive researcher, and there's another one that was a martial arts expert. I'm not quite seeing him. So is it one of those that he's going to have on his show? All right. That's tomorrow. That's not me. I think she's referring to the picture. She was believing that the picture was me. Gonna have all 5 of them. Multiple different Dougs. There are many Dougs right around here in this house. Sin Vicious said he was expecting California Dreaming and got Monday. Well, I have a trailer for California Dreaming. It's not from the Mamas and Papas, so I gave him that. Hello, Sin Vicious, Alice, Charlie Purdy, Steve McCure, Chris Garrett. Sin Vicious says, nice. Wasn't Mama and Papas, but still good too. I think I looked for California Dreaming from Mamas and Papas. I don't like doing the trailers that don't have a decent video, a decent music video with it. And I think what it was is I didn't find it for them because that wasn't really a big thing back then. Jeff Ryman, hello. Some nostalgia, alternative video. Now here also, Steve McCure. The alternative video has horrible edit. Yes, it drives me bananas, that video with the music students doing California Dreaming. The audio is out of sync with their mouths. I can fix that. I'm capable of fixing that in the editing software, but it takes time, and to take that kind of time for a trailer, I just couldn't justify it. But yeah, it was a really horrible edit. School of Rock. Yeah, it wasn't School of Video. It was School of Rock. So yeah, they didn't do a good sync. It's 75 degrees here and 83 Fahrenheit, a high pollen count. Oh, high is going to be 83. Rand Israel, Phil Stodd. I apologize if I've missed some names. Rick Lakes, Martin Hogg. Is there an easy? Oh, a question. Now, a question should be done with an exclamation mark C, especially when I introduce at the beginning of the show. This is a good time to ask questions. Please give me an exclamation mark C. Is there an easy way to remove a Microsoft account and set up a new account on one of the Office computers? Yes, reasonably. You can. A couple responses to that. The easiest thing is just click on your Windows button and then sign in options. Now, if you had created a local account before attaching to a Microsoft account, you can do this. Somewhere in here, there's a way to use local account. Help with sign in option, no. And this has moved around over the years. Facial recognition, fingerprint, PIN. You know what? I've got a PIN, so I'm not going to be able to get straight to that. I think I have to remove this sign in option. Okay, I'll go ahead and do. Can I? No, I don't have remove there. Change PIN. Yeah, if you've already got it set for change PIN, if you already have it set for a PIN, I don't know if you can do that. I'm going to go into a little bit overtime looking for an answer to this. Let's try on Baby Beast. Windows key. I don't think I'm going to get any different here because I use the PIN there too. For improved security, no, we're seeing the same thing there. So let's come back here to Big Beast, see if it's somewhere else on here. There's an option if you created first a local account, then attached to a Microsoft account, you can just change it to sign in to local account. If somebody sees where I'm missing this, let me know. Now then, if that's not the case, if the computer first had a Microsoft account, then the next thing I'd be going to do is to create another account as a local account, and then transfer your settings, your profile to that new account. I should go see what if he's given us any feedback, because as far into overtime as I am, don't
Read
see
chat,
that.
please.
It was Phil Stodd, so I'm going to capture that, then go do this read chat. Subject for later show, no rush. Okay, I will click that open and go look at that later. Thank you, Rand. Now let's go look at Phil. He started with, hello, everyone. Looking to see if he said anything else. Need to go now. Oh, he's not here anymore. Yeah, if you're going to ask a question in chat, please use the !C. If you're asking a Windows issue, not just harassing me. You know what I mean by harassing. Yeah, you're doing it in a fun way, but it's not the purpose of the channel. Steve's looking forward to updates on the Surface Pro. Oh, the evil is referring to the Norton. Catching up. Yeah, that the built-in, he actually went through demonstrating it. It wants to create a rescue media. Without that rescue media, I'm suspecting you won't be able to do a restore. You need the rescue media from somewhere. You could create it perhaps on another computer, but you need the rescue media, I think, to perform a restore. And Israel, I get that notification now and then as well. It also shows up in the settings apps home screen until I click it away. Yeah.
Read chat, please.
Am I close? No, I'm
Read chat,
got a ways
please.
to go yet. Couple read chat messages, either rescue media or installation media. Oh, okay. You could just use any Windows installation media. That makes sense that you might be able to restore backup from there. Oh, Phil is here, still here. So my question to Phil was what? Did you have a response to my question? I got to remember what my question was. It's based on his question. Oh yeah, the Microsoft account. My question is there a user account that was a local user account that was created before connecting to the Microsoft account? And did you hear my description and understand it for how to deal with that? If it's got a PIN number for signing in like I have, then I think you've got to first disable that PIN. I'll probably go explore with that. All right, then I'm just in the mood to go ahead and try to catch up with the rest of the chat. Well, actually, no, I disagree with that, London. Microsoft does intend for you to be able to replace the keyboard, and the evidence of that is that they sold the entire C cover. So that was their intention, though. is to replace the whole C cover, which is the keyboard, that whole panel, and the trackpad, all as a single unit. That was completely an acceptable solution, and the prices on those I consider to be reasonable. So yeah, they it's just that they don't stock those parts anymore because this computer is 4 or 5 years old. Microsoft keyboard or wireless. Yeah, we talked about that on Saturday. It's not an acceptable solution for this client. She'd have to totally change her work environment to do that because she has a very small space and she travels with that. And it's just a nuisance to have to, she'd rather put up with the keys that don't respond occasionally than using an external keyboard. Yeah, got that. Does that make sense? That's why they offer it. Yeah, they don't intend for you to just replace that key. Now, why? Here's the reason why, is because with all of those plastic rivets in place, that makes that keyboard very resistant to, it's strong against the pressure. If they were to do something on those fasteners that makes it replaceable, I don't think that keyboard would be nearly as long lasting as any other design they could do. Any other design they could do that would have that keyboard strong enough is going to be it's going to be more expensive and probably heavier. Now, those plastic nubs are most likely molded into the upper frame, the Alcantara frame in this case, the C panel. And when the machines put those together, it's probably was a fairly simple design to have the machine that just kind of clamps down on the tops of those nubs and melts them down into what I'm calling rivets. So it's probably was an efficient way to do. Anytime you have to do that kind of removal, it's not normal indication that's not method for proper repair. I agree. Yeah. And the guy that made that video, he agreed too when he saw the option that I had available. He didn't talk about that kind of alternative options, advising people to look into it, and perhaps that would have been a good thing to do. Just super hassle. Yeah, it's a very popular video for him. It's like, what was it, 4 years old? I think it was 4 years old, maybe 2 years old. And still, I think it was like his highest producing video. Now look at that. Oh, now he tells me. I'm not sure what that was in reference to. What about just creating the new Microsoft account? Once that's done, then go back and delete the Microsoft account you don't want. Is it possible? What effects to be considered? I don't think that's what he was asking for. I think he was wanting to go to a local account, isn't he? Isn't that what Phil was saying? Remove Microsoft account and set up a new account. Okay, well, he didn't really specify if he meant local account or a new Microsoft account. You can simply add a second account. You go to add users, Windows key, add users. Let's see, how about users? Other users, change, select users. Windows data, other users, maybe this one. Yeah, just add another user. So add the new user, then you can go back and delete the old account if you want to. Now this is wanting to use a Microsoft account. If you don't want to do it as a Microsoft account, you click on I don't have this person's sign-in information. And then that is asking for here, create an account. That takes you to create account if you don't have their information. Come down here to add a user without a Microsoft account, and this will create a local account, but you're creating a new account on the computer, so it's going to be an entirely new profile. I don't think there is a way to create a local account for the account that you originally set up as a Microsoft account. Maybe there is. That'd be a good thing to figure out.
Read chat, please.
Says, I am not the Phil says, I am not the IT guy. He does not seem to be able to log out of the old account. Yeah, so if you're not the person actually experiencing the symptom, I think you're not going to be able to give me sufficient answers. If you want to point in my direction, I'd be happy to help as show content,
Read chat, please.
not as a private consultation. But anyway, here's how you do a local account. But your comment here that he can't log out. Perhaps he can't log out because there is no other account. So you create the local account the way I just described. Make sure you make it an administrator's type. After you create the local account, it will show up on this list of users as a standard account. You got to click over here and change the account type to an administrator. Then you could log out of that one account and log in as the new administrative account. Our IT guy is having a problem switching computer. Yeah, then I could interpret that a few different ways. So anyway, Phil, I'm out of time. If you want to send an email with more details, if you want your IT guy to send an email, I'd be happy to help with it. You know, there's no charge as long as I can use it for channel content, and I'll protect the name of your organization. All right, I'm gonna read through those afterwards, but I gotta bounce. I gotta get out of here. All right, there's the email address. Have a great day, everybody. I'll catch you later. Goodbye.
Never do.